What's up, guys? This is Nick from Arch City Poker, and in today's video, I'll be continuing the How to Beat Live Low Stakes Poker series with today's topic covering accepting losses. So this topic could be introduced and presented within any series on the channel, I guess, but I see specifically with low stakes players, especially live low stakes players, that they don't handle losing well. And humans don't handle losing well, period, pretty much. Emotion is a big part of what makes us human. The thing is in poker, guys, is that we need to be mindful that this game is technically gambling. And it's risk investment, essentially. When you put money voluntarily into the pot, you're investing in your equity. And there's usually no absolutes. Players almost every hand have outs to catch up to a player, no matter how big of a dog they are. So I think that I've just seen too many players this week, and I see it every day, but specifically this week, for some reason, there's just been more players that they're really struggling with losing. And I think that we just need to be, I think the biggest piece of advice that I can give you guys in this video is that as long as you have a plan for your hand, take a few extra seconds, take a breath. You're not on a clock, not yet, unless you're taking too long. But I think if you guys just take a few extra seconds, you will make better decisions. And you'll be able to plan your hand out. You'll be able to figure out why you're betting in a spot, why you're raising, why you're calling. Maybe if you were only considering call, maybe you take those few extra seconds and decide, hey, maybe a raise actually works better in this spot. I think as long as we plan our hands out, as long as and that's more of like a short-term thing, but if you guys are going into your session, as long as you have a plan for how you want to strategically attack the players in your player pool, if you play in the same room all the time and you play with the same regulars, if you guys have watched either of the episodes of the series The Grind that I've started those two episodes off by talking about how I want to strategically attack the player pool that day and in the games that I'm going to be playing in, or at least that I plan to play in. So I like having an overall game plan and strategy. It helps me kind of warm up and get my brain, I guess, in the right mindset. And then as far as going back to the short term, when you guys are on the felt, involved in a hand at that current time, have a plan for what you're doing and take a few extra seconds, make logical choices, use common sense. And I think the more often that you guys are able to do this, the better off you'll be and the more comfortable you'll be with how the hand plays out. Because the more prepared you are, I think, and the more comfortable you are with how you played the hand, I think players handle losing in those spots much better. For example, let's take the famous aces versus kings. Players, yes, or whoever has the kings, me included, it always sucks in that spot when you lose. And it's like, hey, I have kings. This is a hand that I'm supposed to win a lot of money with. But players usually seem to be okay when they lose in the spot because they're like, you know what? There was nothing I can do. I played the hand correctly. That can be the case for pretty much any hand you play. Yes, there's going to be a lot more complicated spots, especially post-flop. But the whole point is, take a few extra seconds, plan your hands out, kind of give yourself that mental reassurance that you're making the right decisions, and you guys will be a lot better off. You'll accept losing a little bit easier, I think. And the session overall then will be a lot better for you guys. I think you'll be more mentally in check. You won't be possibly tilting. So this was a quick little video, and I know this was a lot of vague stuff and me just I think a lot of you guys will be like, yeah, it's easier said than done. Like I said, emotion is what makes us human. It is really hard just to say, hey, you just got to be numb to the results. But that is just how it has to be in poker, guys, is you just have to understand that losing is a part of the game, but the more prepared you are and I guess the more often that you are able to plan your hands out and reassure yourself that you made the correct decisions no matter what happens in the short term, then you'll be okay. So if you guys have any questions or comments about this video, let me know. Until next time, this is Nick from Arch City Poker. Take care.